What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Turtles of Grayskull Krang, Alien Brain, and a Megator android. This one right here I've been really excited to get. I've been waiting and looking, and I have not been able to find him. So just yesterday, which would have been April 30th, my mom's birthday, I happened to find this guy in Walmart and was super excited about that because he's a really cool figure. I like him as Megator and I like him as Krang, so I've just really been excited to get him. We've got some really cool artwork on the side of the box with the little Krang insert in there. And then as we flip around to the back, I'll go ahead and zoom in on some of this just so you can see it. Got a really nice picture of Krang fighting Raphael. It says, in a mad science experiment gone wrong, Krang crosses dimensions and discovers the strongest power in the universe, the power of Grayskull. Now with a stronger, faster Megator android body, Krang will stop at nothing until the power is his. And then down here at the bottom it says, insert Krang into the Megator android, swap hands with axe or mace, or both, depending on what you want to do. Then on this side we've got another action shot of the Krang Megator, and then we're back around to the front. So let's go ahead and get him pulled out of the box and take a closer look. And here we've just got a little still shot of how to take Megator apart and put the Krang insert in there. There he is, pulled out of the main box. What a big figure. This guy is huge. This is definitely a big figure. Let's go ahead and pull him out of the card, see what they've got sitting behind him. He's definitely got some weight. And then it looks like he is going to come with a card the same way that Mousejaw came with a card. It's a really thick card. I would say thicker than a postcard, thicker than a baseball card. Go ahead and zoom in on this so you can take a closer look at this. It says Krang, Alien Brain and a Megator Android, Mutagen Master Powers. Krang, Genius, Alien Warlord, Master and Strategist and Tactician. Dimension, X, Gadgets and Tech. Megator, Giant Strength and an Android Body, grows to a giant size, Weapon Augmentation. So that's really cool. Probably display that with him somewhere once I get him all set up. We got a nice little just color burst in the background there, not too bad either. And then the instructions here just show all of the changeable parts, and as you can see, this midsection is going to make him even bigger than he is. So I'm pretty excited to get him all put together, check him out and see what he's about. So let's go ahead and pull out what we can, which looks like little Krang's gonna come out. The mace has a couple bands holding it in. Battle axe come free. The Krang section comes free. And it looks like, yeah, the Megator section comes free. So really all that's banded in here is this. And now that's not banded in there either. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and get Krang all set up in the Megator body with all of his attachments and pieces, and then we'll be right back to take another look. So here is Megator Krang all set up. We did put the middle insert in, slid Krang in there, and then it has these cool holes in the front that his little brainy arm extension things will come out through. I did take the right hand off just so that we could put the mace in there. It just clips right into where the hand would go. And then it has this chain which is movable and the mace which will dangle. So that's really cool. He can get it going. You just swing him around a little bit. I think that's a pretty cool accessory. And then the axe is awesome as well. And as you can see down here in the bottom of the axe, if you wanted, you could take his hand out and you could plug the axe into his wrist, and then he would have the mace hand and the axe hand. Or you could take this off, plug the axe into one hand, and then you could put his other hand back into this side. It's really whatever you want to do. They give you the plug and play options to make this guy look however you want. I feel like this is probably how I'm going to keep him displayed, just because, in my opinion, he looks the best this way. With the Krang midsection, with the ball chain in his hand, and then the little axe over in this hand. I want him to have at least one hand, so I feel like I'm going to keep this in his hand instead of plugged into his wrist. So I'm going to go ahead just for the video, and we are going to pull this off for now. And then as you can see, his gauntlets will come off as well if you wanted to take those off. But for now, we're going to just pop his hand back in here. And we are going to go ahead and take a quick look at Krang's articulation. So he will turn his head to the left. He will turn his head to the right, as well as all the way around. His little tuft here on top also spins, so if you want it to look like the wind is blowing his little hair piece in one direction or another, you can do that. It will just rotate around on a little plug. As far as his arms, he can go all the way up and out to about there. The arm will rotate all the way around. We do have rotation also at the elbow, as well as about close to a 90-degree bend. The wrist will rotate 360 degrees, as well as bend down and then up. You can see the joint in here. I'll tell you what, this figure just being this size, this more robust, bigger Andre the Giant size, I'm liking him a lot. He feels really good in hand. I feel like this would be a good size to make these characters just in general. He looks really cool. Let's go ahead and get a look at the back of him before we move down to his legs. The chain, the detail's pretty cool. I feel like a little bit of wash on here would have really brought it out, but we can't do too much. You know what I'm saying? As we come down to the legs, he does not have very much of a split, but a big old guy like this, you wouldn't really expect to be able to do the splits. He can kick forward about that far, and he can kick back to about there. He does have a single jointed knee, which bends up a little bit, but again, it doesn't bend super far from the straight point. Then he does have the ankle rockers that will go all the way around. You can point his toe up a little bit as well as down a little bit, but they do not seem to go very far. And then he does have the boot swivel right here as well. As far as his waist goes, you can turn him underneath the Krang attachment piece, and you can turn him slightly on top, but it looks like you don't get a full 360. Maybe that's just because his armor's hitting there. It looks like his armor pieces are hitting this right here, so the top cannot turn the full 360 degrees that it normally would be able to. But we got to have that armor on there so it looks cool, you know? So there we got Krang. I'm going to go ahead and bring in a couple of the other Turtles of Grayskull that we have unboxed so far and just kind of set them up here with Krang so you can see the size comparison and see how much bigger he actually is than these other characters. So give me just a minute to get everything set up and we'll be right back. Alright, so here are all of the Turtles of Grayskull that we have unboxed on the channel so far. We do still have Mutated Ram Man, Shredder, and hold on a second. Mutated Ram Man, Shredder, and Beast Man still to unbox. I just wanted to go ahead and get the Krang video done because I was super excited to actually find him in the store and get him in my hands, and I kind of wanted to do a comparison with the other Turtles just so I could actually see how much bigger he is. And as you can see, he is significantly bigger. The rest of the Turtles seem to come up to about his armpit as far as height goes, and they all are the same size. The only thing that I am wondering, and and I'm going to do just a quick little check here. We're going to pull Krang aside, and what I'm going to do is just pull this arm out. And as you can see, these parts are interchangeable. As I showed on that little thing, the parts do come out. Now, all of the arms have been smaller, and you've been able to tell that they were smaller just by looking at them. But this is what I was thinking, and it was correct. So Faker is actually using the same arms that Krang is using. Or I'm sorry, not Faker, mutated He-Man. They gave him these bigger arms that they gave to Krang. So that's pretty cool. I was wondering why he had the longer ape-like arms, but as you can see, it'll plug right in there, fit, and it works perfectly. Doesn't match color-wise, but it is the same size arm. So in case you were wondering about that like I was, now you know. And as far as the new Slaker character, he should be using the same arms as mutated He-Man and Krang as well. The little bit bigger, longer, I guess we just call them Andre the Giant arms because that's where they came from. The Andre the Giant figure. Alright, now we got He-Man situated back up. We can set him back in there. And we can take one final look at Krang because, again, I've been going back and forth here over who is my favorite out of the line. It's been a toss-up for me, completely changing, it seems like, with every video. Krang has moved his way into my favorite so far in the Turtles of Grayskull line. I just like the big, robust character. He feels really good in the hand, really heavy-duty. They all do. None of them feel cheaply made. They all feel like really good toys. They pose really well. They stand really well. None of them have to be on a stand to position themselves and stand up, so I'm really pleased with these guys. Let me know who's your favorite down in the comments below of what we got up here so far. We have Mousejaw, Mutated He-Man, Ram-Man Raphael. We have Megator Krang. We have Donatello / Duncan, or Man-at-Arms. Then we have He-Man Leonardo. And then here we have a turtle-shelled out Man-at-Arms, also known as Duncan. So pretty cool figures so far. Like I said, we've got 3 more to unbox, and hopefully that next wave will be hitting the stores soon. I'm checking daily to find Slaker, so he should be up on the channel soon as well. And I also heard the cartoon collection stuff is hitting the stands, so we will be keeping an eye out for that. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them. Subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, hit those thumbs up button because it does a great deal of help to the channel. We're growing fast, and it's all because of you guys. I appreciate all the views and subscriptions. You guys are awesome. Until next time, have a blessed evening.